Happy New Year! All right, my friends. How are you today? Hopefully everyone's enjoyed their New Year's celebration. So here we are on Friday, the 1st of January, 2021. We got the sun, of course, in the sign of Capricorn, our sense of authority, our sense of power, and understanding our individuality, right? I am me. I don't want to be anybody else in this world. I don't want to be like anybody else in this world, right? We want to be ourselves, okay? And we allow the planets and their motion through the different signs to shape us, okay? And we see through other people, our reflections of other people, just as astrology, right, is the reflection as above, so below, okay? We're each other's reflections. All right, so we want to see our brothers and sisters. We want to see our neighbors and how they're acting and how we can take their lessons, their actions, and we take them and internalize them to be the best version of ourselves that we can be. And we've got the moon over here through the middle degrees of Leo. Okay, now Leo represents the sun in the zodiac. Okay, it is our courage. It is the light that keeps on shining, right? The hearth that keeps on burning. It never goes out, no matter what. So there's a sense of playfulness, okay? To cut it to the short, there's a sense of playfulness, all right? And there's a sense of authority, that we are our own authority and we can be as playful as we want to be within the confines of whatever is going on in our environment. Of course, there's laws, there's rules, there's regulations, right? Anyway, no need to get on that. So it's about being playful, okay? And as the day moves on, it's at midnight on the 1st, okay, at 12 in the morning, the moon is at 5 degrees perfect to Chiron, perfect trine to Chiron over in Aries. Venus is starting to create this sesqui-square over here to Uranus in Venus's home sign of Taurus. Okay, let me show you what this looks like. There's a lot of Venus stuff. Venus, Friday's the day of the lovers. Friday is Freya, Venus. Okay, Venus here creating this septile over to Chiron. Okay, healing. Venus creating this sesqui-square over here to Uranus. What do we really need in this new year? I'll be honest with you. I got a friend, very, very successful friend, very successful individual, works in the same industry I do. Very, very successful. He's out in LA. And quarantine, he literally is on a strict beans, rice, and oatmeal diet. That is it. That is all he has right now. It's all he's allowing himself to have is beans, rice, and oatmeal as his diet because he understands this scarcity. So now that I'm not saying everyone needs to go on, my God, no, a beans, rice, and oatmeal diet. But this energy is saying, like, what do we need? What do we value? What do we need coming into this new year? I'll be honest with you. I'll share this, and I'll put a link here in the top of my description box, okay? It was an interesting thing that came out about narcissism, okay? When we have the moon over here in Leo, my emotions, my needs, what do I need to do to be free, to express myself, to go play, and who is this government authority to tell me that there's a lockdown happening and all this? It's a really interesting article, and, use your own discernment how you read about it, but it was talking about primarily my generation and younger. I mean, I just turned 38, so I'm a zillennial. Anyway, my generation, the generation younger, is proving to be quite narcissistic. And this article goes on to state how it's ignoring the bigger picture and putting the ego sense of playfulness self first. Like, I don't care who I'm hurting. I want to go club. I want to go party. I want to go play. And now it's just like, who knows where we're at, how this thing could have been prevented if it were any other way, but it didn't go any other way. This is the way that it went, right? This is the way that it is. It didn't end in 2020. It didn't end in January or December of 2019, and it's still coming up here now. And while we've been working through this shadow period, okay, we still have a whole degree left of Mars to go through. Okay, by the end of the week, Mars will be out of its shadow. By the end of this coming week here. But it's to sit with ourselves. It's to sit with ourselves in that space and not needing the external things to bring happiness and joy into our lives. Okay, and Venus creating the sesqui-square over to Uranus today. This is huge. This is like, what do you really need to be happy? What do you need to feel joy? What do you need to feel abundance in your life? Do we have to, are we willing to put ourselves at risk or other people at risk? Now, I'm not trying to get on anybody about their own practices, but this is a very interesting thing. It's very fascinating. Again, I'll put the link to that in the description box. And it's something that we need to pay attention to. Selfie culture is blown up. How we manage ourselves, how we're emotionally managing ourselves is extremely important. And we even, when we have this, the moon and the sun little sesqui-square that happened earlier in the day, or a quincunx, quincunx. These two don't see each other. This says I need to be on my A game. I need to be the boss. I need to be the authority. I need to do whatever is right no matter what the circumstance is. Okay? This energy is saying, I just want to be me. I want to go play. I need to do me. You do you. And if you want to stay in, you stay in. I need to go play. There's not a right or a wrong here, my friends. There's no lecture. This is just my interpretation of what's the astrology is teaching us right now. What is our personal authority and sense of power in doing the right thing versus the playfulness, and what is a need? Aside from just playfulness, there can be a very joyful feeling of romance. Okay, this could be us just staying with just the people that we love dearly. And Venus in the sign of Sagittarius, of course, this is about abundance of joy, of romance, right? Abundance of beauty. Okay, and look again here, not only is Venus connecting, square to Neptune, opposing the North Node, moving in her own direction, releasing this old stuff from the past. I deleted or I removed the South Node from this just because it was getting a little too convoluted with all this energy, so we could clearly see what's going on. We got Venus creating a trine over here to Eris. Again, how do we deal with things? How do we deal with the information given to us? Do we react irrationally? Do we react compassionately? Do we react business mind? Do we react professionally? Do we react responsibly? And further now, look at the North Node here. And all this is saying we must seek our own truth and seek our own path and go in our own direction. Okay? We've got a septile to Mars, which Mars is saying go in your own direction. We got a quintile to Chiron saying there's a creative outlet by you following your own heart, by following your own truth. A square, obviously to Neptune here. Are we, willing to leave the past in the past and willing to go out into this future? We got a sesqui-square here over to Saturn and to Jupiter. This is about our future. Okay, these two want to create a new future for us. January 1st, 2021, this is the epitome of when people are starting to create their New Year's resolutions. What do you want to create in 2021? A better future for all of us. So how do we create a better future? That's finding our own balance between being our personal authority and doing what is right, putting in the work, going and playing and having a good time. I mean, I don't know. I almost wish that I could give like some great, hey, it's New Year's Day and all this positive stuff. I mean, to be honest, we're still working through stuff. And, one of my friends, you'd posted on here, if you're paying attention right now, you had asked a question about not speaking your truth. I think it was 2 days ago I put a video out, and you're asking about speaking truth and not speaking truth. This was when the moon was in Cancer, opposed Mercury. Okay, there's a lot to that. I want to jump on that real quick as we're entering this new cycle, this new year. Okay, speaking our truth. This can be speaking our truth. Just because we feel it doesn't mean it's there. And what truth is necessary? That's part of what Mercury, the Sun, and Pluto are doing right now in Capricorn, and especially when they come to a conjunction, Mercury and Pluto here, they're within 8 degrees right now. Now they're within 6 degrees right now, so they're getting closer and closer. So understanding that this is like, hey, does this suit make me look fat? Yes, it does. It's like, okay, well, that's truth. Is that necessary truth? Okay. My feelings are expressing I feel this way and you did this. And as soon as I point my finger to you and blame you for this and your control over my emotions. So this is where there's like this choosing and how we word what we're saying, and it's not about not speaking our truth, but it's to speaking the truth to what is necessary, right? So we have to be honest with ourselves. So it's not about not speaking or not doing or not showing up, but it's just about what is necessary. What's the necessary communication to bridge the gap from A to B right now? And while Mercury is going to be in Capricorn for the next week here, that kind of precise communication is extremely important, because the Capricorn energy is still the contrast from the valley of the oceans to the peak of the mountains. It's very dynamic energy. Okay, so emotions can be quite high, and it's, they say Capricorn's not an emotional sign. I don't believe that for a moment. Out of every Capricorn I know, it's not. I understand why they say that, because it's the descent of the moon, right? It's the moon's fall. So it's the opposite of where the moon is home, emotional, all these things. It doesn't mean Capricorn's not. We go into business because we're emotional, because we care about something. We're passionate about something, so we care about it very deeply. This is why we get up and go to work in the morning and put on our clothes and buy nice suits and whatever to, represent ourselves well, and to feed our family and to feed our hobbies and, all of these things. So there's a lot of love and passion when it comes into Capricorn. But again, it's like, what is necessary to be said? What is necessary to do during the time of conflict? Okay, because again, emotions can be high, and we can be flaring out a lot right now. And this I want to go my way, Mars energy, as well as the moon over here in Leo. This is just me. I want to go play. I want to go do me. I don't care. So we there's a bit of a balance going on, as always. As always. Well, my friends, have a happy New Year, New Year's Day. All right, moon's in Leo, good, fun energy. And we have to look forward to, what's coming the next day when we've got the moon going to start to trine over to Mars and trine Eris, okay? Starting the new year off strong with a good playful energy. That doesn't mean there's not that boss lingering energy over top. Not saying don't play too much, don't have too much fun. It just exists. It exists. It's weird times in the world. I wish I could just say, yeah, everything's going to be great. Everything's going to be great. I love you. I wish you enough, and we'll see you tomorrow. Happy New Year.